How to stay effortless in a chaotic world. You see, when we're born, we're free, we're open, we're empty, there's no judgment. Everything is arising effortlessly for us. It's just this wide open space of beingness where everything's just happening effortlessly. And then around the age of 2, duality comes in, conditioning comes in, and then you have to effort to be separate. You're told that you're a separate person with a name and a story, with its likes and dislikes, and these experiences apply to you, an individual. You're separate from the whole. When before the age of 2, you knew better. You knew you were just the effortless being, the one beingness, not 2, just 1. Everything is you. You're no thing. You're the open space of beingness, the infinite being. You knew that. And then this idea of separation came in and you got conditioned and programmed into separation. I'm separate. And that's when lack came in. That's when unfulfillment came in. That's when you felt incomplete and you were separate and you felt needy. You felt fear. The negative emotions come in, fearfulness, because you're separate and it's a big bad world out there and you're here and everything's there. But previous to that, it was just unity consciousness. Everything was open and empty and free, and you were part of everything. You didn't think of yourself as being separate. You thought of yourself as being the allness. Go back to that. Wake up to the truth of what you know. Remember what it was like before the age of 2, when you were free, when you were not separate, when everything was whole and complete and fulfilled, and everything was impersonal. It was impersonal beingness, which is the same as effortless beingness. It takes no effort just to be. It takes a lot of effort to be separate, though, doesn't it? It's exhausting. It's a lot of work. Let it go. Come back home. Relax. The world's chaotic when you come from the place of separation. It's just a case of mistaken identity. You've identified with being a separate person. Just see through it. That's self-realization, seeing through that you're not a separate person, that you're the infinite being, that you're the wholeness, that you're whole and you're complete, and that you're the effortless being. You can be effortless. Life can be effortless for you. Everything comes to you, the effortless being. It's always been that way. Everything's happening automatically. It's just that the mind or the thoughts come in and like a commentator, like a football commentator, want to comment on it and say things to you. These thoughts are being beamed in to make you feel like you're separate from the allness. And that's where the problems come in. When you identify with being a separate person and you believe these thoughts that are being beamed into this space of beingness, let the thoughts go. If the thought isn't can you feel expansive, then it's not from your true nature. It's from the world of duality. It's making you feel restricted or constricted in any way, then it's from the dualistic world. It's not who you are. It doesn't apply to you. So just let it go. Let it float in, float out, give it a hug. Life becomes effortless because you know that everything's happening automatically. There's no doer. You go from the doer to the witnessing, and from the witnessing to just this, just what's happening. And it's fine. It's beautiful with no judgments. If you judge it, that's just the thoughts, the mind coming back in. Realize that. Don't judge it. Just let it go. Know who you are. You're the infinite being. You're the effortless being. It takes no effort to be. You're just go inside. Do it. Direct experience. That's the best way to tell you. Go back inside. What's right here, right now? What do I know for sure? I know that I exist. I know that the thoughts are happening effortlessly. The body sensations are happening effortlessly. The emotions and feelings are happening effortlessly. Everything's happening effortlessly. And then when I go to look for a person, there's no one here. So it's just this. Everything's effortless being, impersonal being. The personal mode is where you're identifying with a separate person and takes all this work and hard work, and you have all of these thoughts. And all these thoughts are is just stories about stories, about stories, about stories. When you see that, it's like, oh my goodness, I'm just believing stories about thoughts that aren't real, that don't apply to the true you. There's no separate me for it to apply to. You see through it as an illusion, you see it as a dream, and then finally you see it as if it never happened. because you've been here the whole time, the permanent one, the permanent beingness. Life itself. There's a deep peace here when you realize that. There's a relaxation because you know everything's taken care of. Everything's just happening and it's fine. There's an infinite intelligence running it. So you just let go and let be. Let go and just let beingness be. Because that's the real you. No sense getting caught up in this chaotic world of the mind and the thoughts. It's not real. It's not necessary. It's just there to wake you up to what you truly are. The effortless being. It takes no effort just to be. Let go and let be. It's carefree. It's effortless. It's peaceful. It's joyful. You're in the flow, you're in the zone. Everything works out for you. Always. Enjoy your life. It's meant to be enjoyed. Have fun with it.